Well, welcome back to the second half. I hope everybody has a good, long time break and stuff like that. So we're going to try to get ready to get started to our second half right now and, all that stuff. So anyways, here's our second half lineup right now. Here we're going to get ready to get started. And look at the score right now. So far, Humphrey's still taking the lead right now. The question is, can he still remain taking the lead? I don't know yet, but we're going to start our next half of our 14 last half trucks, and then we're going to crown our freestyle champion. Pulling up the starting line, ladies and gentlemen, here comes W the Dolphin in Velociraptor, one of the second Velociraptor. So far, Emmett's driving the blue version. Meanwhile, he's driving the orange version, but this time it's one of the, other weird-looking color version. He mostly drives the orange one on the top, but this one's going to be a purple version, so you can say it still counts, but except he drives, purple, the other side orange. W's getting ready to get started right there, as he's going to get up there to show off the world, and his freestyle has just started right here in World Finals here in Zootopia. So just let everybody know, for anyone that just barely got in, letting everyone know that we're using the Houston Reliance Stadium track. I know it's Houston Reliance Stadium, but since there's no customization tracks, I don't know how to do it, so just do your imagination right now. So we're in Zootopia right now, in Zootenental Stadium, so we're getting ready to rock it out. W's trying to get it everything he can out there, and to the jump over there to the bus, not bad out there. And his angle right there, he's going to the right side. That's really amazing start by W right there. So far, he's trying to get in the game right now, and doing the best he can out there. So he's trying to, maintain his focus on there, right there. Up over the bus, and he's stuck in his left tire, stuck in the bus, and right there, and he's gonna flip it over right there. And no, he's gonna save it. He's gonna save it. Oh my goodness. That is what I'm talking about for W, as Velociraptor still trying to hang in there right there. Only 36 seconds to go. Let's see, can he try to beat Humphrey's score right there? Humphrey still remaining, taking the lead right there, and he's still jumping right there, trying to rock it and rolling out there. And he's almost there. He's about 25 seconds to go. Let's see, can he's trying to get in the game out there as he's trying to be in there. And look like he's got to be careful because he's going to smash over the bus. Oh no, he's not. Well, he doesn't want to risk it because the bus was stuck on the left side of the back side of the tire, which that was kind of crazy out there. And it looks like he lost rear steering. Is that what's going on? Or what? W's trying to... wait a minute. Is he going to flip up there to the side? Cross thread right there over the bus, and he jammed it up. Not bad by W the Dolphin in Velociraptor, and he's going to get out there and wave it to all the fans right here in Zootopia, and the fans are loving it right now. So far, W is doing absolutely amazing. He's a dolphin, but a dolphin can drive a monster truck. Let's see what W can do as he's really rocking and rolling out there. He's been one of our drivers for a very long time. He was known for driving Bakugan Dragonoid. Yes, W used to drive Bakugan ever since his departure. He used to drive Kraken this one season, and then last season, he drove this Velociraptor, and now he's back here. Well, actually, he drove Velociraptor in his first season, I meant to say, because last season, he drove Kraken. Not bad for W right there. He still has some juice in him, although that's not the same without him in Bakugan ever since Morty, took over and stuff. But he was in Kraken, and I like the part how he was stuck in the bus, but he still maintained it, and he did a little spinneroonie on that truck, and that's what he wanted to do for W the Dolphin. He just didn't want to quit right there. And it looks like it's going to be 7.100. It looks like we have a new leader. The fans and the expert judges have just spoken, and that is our new leader right there for W the Dolphin in Velociraptor. I am very proud for this kid has accomplished for everything he has done, and there's no doubt on him right there. Very proud for him for W. He's just doing absolutely bananas, and it's really phenomenal right there. Here's a man that has won Arena Championship Series number 2, Daffy Duck, in the Stone Crusher Monster Truck. Now remember, the score to beat is 7.100 from W the Dolphin in Velociraptor. And right now he's getting ready to rock around in his freestyle. I meant to say rock and rolling. That's what I meant to say. Anyways, Daffy Duck, he's getting ready to get started right there. He's been our longtime driver for a very long time. Stone Crusher was the name of the truck for himself. He did drove the original version, and now he's driving this version. And now he's been back, and now he's looking like he's better than ever. One of our longtime drivers, and he's trying to get in the game out there. He's not trying to fail himself, and I believe he still has some juice in him, especially that he won Arena Championship Series 2. I did ask him earlier, what is it like to win Arena Championship Series 2? He's like, you know what, dude? It is really awesome to, win my accomplishment. I didn't expect that I was going to be the best by being the best, but still, it is what it is and stuff like that. And look like he's going to spin-a-rooney that truck, and whoa, what a spin-a-rooney that truck is. And again, he did it twice, and the fans are going crazy about it, Zootopia. Unbelievable by Daffy Duck in Stone Crusher. Looks like he lost the front part of the grill of the truck, and he looks like lost the top of the, whatever the thing's called, top of the hood of the truck, and it's still not going there. And he's going to flip it over, and he's going to save it. Yes! He's got it! And that's going to be a good score. Looks like if I was Dubby, I would chew his spins out, because this could be a good score. And if I was Dubby, I would have been nervous right now, because this is going to be a nervous wrecking right now. My goodness. Oh, and he banged the wall. Jeez. It looks like he's going to be shut down. I don't know if the officials are going to let him go. So far, no word by the officials just yet. Right now, there's some, connection of decisions and stuff. If they're going to let him go. Oh, yeah, they're going to tell him to stop. Yeah, they made arrangement to stop because he just banged it a little too much. So, although, well, I know everyone didn't like it. I don't blame everyone for not loving it so far and stuff like that. So, what a good freestyle. I'll give him that. He's just trying his best right there. Let's see, can this be enough to take out, Velociraptor? He's still eligible to make the score. I like the part he spin a Rudy not once, but twice. He did it, and he saved it again like a while ago for Daffy Duck, man. He just balled it out there, Although he's been one of our old veterans, but he still has some juice, and it's still going to be not enough. 6.530. I know he does not like it. I know Daffy's very disappointed. He's very pissed off in his head, but can't do nothing about it. So it is what it is. So that's how it is. So I'm very proud for Daffy. He has accomplished his meant and everything like that, but still it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So I'm very proud for him. I am very extremely proud for him. That's very a proud realization for him, all that stuff for Daffy. But anyways, it looks like Daffy's going to get out of there because, they couldn't get the truck out. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, what I was told that Daffy Duck has already had a broken thing inside. I don't know if I can't pronounce it, but it's something that they can't start the truck really ready. So right now they're getting the loaders out there. They're getting good old Scoopy out there, or Scoop from the Dirt Squad, to get the truck out while they're getting ready to get, the next truck coming. So the good thing is that he's not too far away, so they're trying to, maintain their focus on that. Anyway, so look at the scoreboard right now. W the Dolphins taking the lead right now. He is in the hot seat right now. So far, it was a great run by Humphrey. Unfortunately, things happen for a reason. So what a good startup. It was great, seeing a lot of guys out there. They're trying to be on the, being their best behaviors, trying to, maintain. They want to make their freestyle wins and stuff like that. But still, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So that's how it is. Time tells everything like that. So anything, everything. But still, W Dolphin still remaining taking the lead right now, apparently. So right now they're getting the bulldozers out, the loaders, everything, and it looks like they're going to get them out. We're getting ready for our next truck coming out, as they're trying to make sure everything's all clear. Not just that, but they're also taking out the fiberglass bodies, everything, to clear out all the tracks. The officials have worked very, very extremely hard. You cannot blame them for all their hard work. All they're just trying to do is just trying to maintain their, make sure everybody's safe. The whole fans are safe, the driver's safe, the crew members, everything, including themselves. Everybody is safe. Although monster trucks are fun to watch, but remember, safety is our #1 priority. You cannot, expect the differences because, everything like that. So they want to make sure. And it looks like everything's all cleared out and they're getting ready. And here comes our next competition. Here comes one of our 3 grave diggers, Rouge the Bad and Grave Digger, driving the green version. Now, for anyone that didn't notice or who have seen the Young Guns or the Double Down, whatever they call it, Sonic did drop the green Grave Digger version. If Sonic would have won, they could have just had a different, design and stuff. But Rouge was using, not the same green Grave Digger. We have 2 sets. But if Sonic would have won, they would have had some different random Grave Digger designs. But unfortunately, Sonic didn't win. So Rouge the Bad will have to take over right here. And looks like Rouge the Bad is going absolutely bananas in her truck right now, getting ready. It's been a while she's been in the World Finals, and now she's finally back in the World Finals. I did ask her today, what is it like to be back at the World Finals in the biggest event of the year, now that you're back in the, in the main spot, something like that. Sorry, I got lost. She said to me earlier, and I quote, "You know what, I'm going to do it for everything. The only way to treat a lady is you got to treat a lady to being a champion." And it looks like the lady is going to go down, and it looks like she will not be eligible to make the score, unfortunately. I know she does not like it so far. This is not what she wanted to do, but hey, at least she's trying her best. It's not her fault. Things happen for a reason, but you can't do anything about it. Not bad, but Rouge the Bad and Gravedigger. Look at the replay right now for everything. They're going to get the loaders out there for, to help her out. What a good start right there, but, she's trying everything her best. It's just not the way what she wanted to do, but still, it is what it is, but still trying everything she can, you know, trying to represent all the ladies out there, all the females out there. That's what she's trying to do. But apparently, you know, she got the best of her and stuff like that. I know she and Knuckles are together. They have two beautiful daughters to get each other. I know they're girls watching their mom, trying to do their best, but unfortunately, it got the best of her, and Rouge couldn't, you know, handle it, everything. So that's how it is. So it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. Rouge tried everything to, you know, to keep it cool, keep it maintained and stuff like that. So that's how it is. So you can't do nothing about it. As of now, they're going to get the loaders right there. There will be no score for Rouge the Bat and Gravedigger because unfortunately she did not pass her 1 minute buy time. And, you know, that is the power of the expert and the fan judges right there. What a good, you know, motion, everything, you know, between all these guys out there. But apparently it's just, you know, how it is how it is and stuff like that. So can't do nothing about it. You know, I know a lot of fans are, you know, going to be disappointed seeing something like this, but, you know, you can't do nothing about it. So it is what it is. So that's how it is and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, that's how everything goes. So it's just not the way what they wanted to do, but, you know, you just can't, you know, blame everybody for all the stings and stuff like that. But that's how it is. That's how it is. But hey, it is what it is. So you can't do nothing about it. So whatever happens, you know, it happens. So anyway, so W the Dolphin still remaining taking the lead right now. Can he be a freestyle world champion? Maybe W could look for his very first World Finals freestyle champion. He wanted to win this so badly. This could be his amazing night. I'm not so sure yet if this is going to be possible for W the Dolphin, but however, it is what it is. So we're going to see how it goes. So that's how it is. So W the Dolphin is still remaining taking the lead right now. So we got more trucks, more action with more Monster Jam action. And here comes the man has won Stadium Championship Series West, Gideon Gleeful in Jurassic Attack, and it looks like Jurassic is getting ready to get it on right there. So far, he had terrible luck in racing. Let's see if Freestyle work out, because I know Gideon could work out with racing. I'll never forget the time in untelevised broadcast, we had a Tampa show down in the raining show. Gideon went triple straight, like triple down, or you could say he clean sweep the entire competition, but let's see, can he beat the same Gideon? I asked Gideon earlier today that, you know, at the time before Mabel and, you know, Dipper didn't win, I asked Gideon about his strategies and everything like that. I asked Gideon, so what is it like now that you finally get to be in the game out there, but unfortunately, you know, you tried everything your best, you don't know what, you know, your accomplishments, but, you know, for all the past, but what can you describe yourself for the entire season, especially now you won at West? He's like, you know, it's just not easy and still like that. You know, it took me a long time to finally get my accomplishments, but I tried everything I can out there to show the world, you know, how I'm trying to do the capable of and everything. And Gideon Gleeful will not be eligible to make this score. Unfortunately, the tire got the best of him, and I know he's very pissed right now. Well, at least he landed all four, but they're not going to let him go, so he's very, very upset right now. I know Gideon's not happy, so I can tell. It looked like he's banging the thing from the inside, but very in a bad mood. So I don't blame Gideon for his you know, bad moodness. Well, unfortunately, it looks like Mabel is watching her husband. Not just Mabel, same as their children. They have a son and a daughter together. Watch their dad. You know how he did it, but unfortunately, it didn't work out great. I know his crew chief is not very happy right now. He's very upset. You know, everybody is for Gideon, but you know, all that stuff. But still, at least he did everything he can, but we're looking for him to next season. I can't wait. He will become a future World Finals champion, especially as long as he drives well like that. He will be, you know, there is no doubt for Gideon. Like, I thought he was going to break the fiberglass body, but for some reason, it looks like it didn't. Well, it did get a little scratched up, but still, it is what it is. So, they're going to get good old Scoop out, you know, get him out of the track out there, trying to grab him and make sure they get him, you know, away from the entire thing. So Scoop is going to be helping out and stuff like that. So yeah, they're going to clear it out. They got the BKT tire off, you know, the track. Anyway, so let's go look at the score right now. W the Dolphin still remaining taking the lead right now. I know that he still has some strategies and everything going on right here for his, you know, accomplishments and everything like that. So far, W still taking the lead right now. He's in the hot seat right now, getting interviewed with our, you know, our broadcast guys, not our broadcast guys, our crew members, our announcers for the show right there. And funny thing is, it is the one and only Alvin Chipmunks and the Chipettes, our former drivers, and now they're finally announcing. And I know he's getting announced by one of them, and they're, you know, he's telling them that he's having a good time right there, you know, hyping up all the fans right here in Zootopia like Monster Jam drivers would do. You know, the thing is that what I love about, you know, not just Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, including real life, you know, we always like real life. We did train them, you know, how to be nice to all fans, and that's how it is. They're very welcoming. Everybody's always welcome. Doesn't matter whether you're, you know, you're a baby, you're a kid, you're a teenager, you're a young adult, to a senior citizen, and from your oldest age. Including, it's funny because some of the drivers, they told me the youngest person that they ever had was 90 years old, 90 or 100 years old. And it's funny because we get 100 years old, people that old, you know, enjoying the show and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's get ready for another Gravedigger. Here comes Sanjay in Gravedigger from Sanjay and Craig, a you know, a missing show from Nickelodeon. For a lot of people that didn't notice that that there was a show from Nickelodeon called Sanjay and Craig. You guys can also search it up if you guys want to. Really good show, but it wasn't that long. It was a short-lived show, but still, at least we keep its legacy going. So right now, fortunately, Craig is not you know, in the show, but we know Sanjay's parents, his girlfriend, especially the one that he had a crush on from the show, Craig himself, and the rest of his friends, and you know, everyone are now watching their good boy Sanjay tearing out the track right there. And it's funny because you know, we're having a Overcast Gravedigger. It wasn't the first time, and it's been a while we've seen Overcast Digger, and now it's back. And Sanjay's going to be careful, and looks like it's going to end it right here. It is not what he wanted, and this is the second Gravedigger we had, because we have Chicken Little coming up in just a short while later. But still, my goodness, Sanjay is really dominant out there. You know, that was a good run right there by Sanjay and Gravedigger. You know, he's just really rocking and rolling out there for all the accomplishments, everything like that. Anyways, what a good freestyle right now. Actually, I meant to say earlier, Chicken Little already, you know, performed earlier. I forgot about that, so my bad, everyone. But anyways, let's go look at the replay. I really like the way how this kid has accomplishments. You know, he is no doubt about, you know, trying to become the greatest driver. And you know what? In existence right here. Unfortunately, it will be not enough because W the Dolphin still remaining taking the lead right now. It's 1.002. So it is what it is. So you can't do nothing about it. So that's how W is, and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, that's how it works and everything like that. Anyways, well, what a great accomplishment by Sanjay in Gravedigger. You know, he tried everything, his accomplishment. There's still no doubt about it. You know, he has tried everything in his phenomenal job, all that stuff. So apparently, you know, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So that's how it is. So all that stuff. So yeah, you know, that's how life goes. Life moves on. You know, you can't do nothing about it. So anyway, so the score still remaining taking lead is W the Dolphin and Velociraptor, as we're getting ready to get started with more Monster Jam, Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network action. We got a few more drivers to go. We are getting ready to get started. We're getting ready to start our 7th driver, and then we're getting ready to start our next half, and then we are going to get ready to get it started right there. And it looks like we are going to get ready to, you know, have accomplishment to crown our World Finals champion right now, as we're going to get ready to get started. Here it comes. So far, that they're going to get Sanjay out of the, you know, way right there. And meanwhile, they're getting ready to interview with so many guys. They're interviewing Sanjay's crew chief. And it looks like he's saying, what I was told, that he's saying that, you know, we are proud to be here at the World Finals. We're just not happy that the way we wanted, expected. But you know what? They're always next year. So we can't wait for next year. And we're looking forward to it for all the fans, the good fans right here in Zootopia. What a good way to get started right there. So I'm very proud for all the people, how they accomplishment, for everything they have done, you know, for all the existence, all that stuff. Alrighty, everybody, here comes Tank in the Punisher monster truck. Let's see what he's going to do for tonight. He has been still remaining undefeated at his championship, because he finally remaining undefeated at Stadium Championship Series East. I thought he was going to be a World Finals champion. Everyone was going to predict it, but racing didn't work out. But let's see Freestyle, because Tank is also a good freestyler. And let's go see what he's going to do, what he's going to accomplishment. So far, he's going to get ready to get started right there. And it looks like he's showing off to all the fans right there. And I know his longtime crew chief right there is a Gas from the Minecraft movie. And it looks like he's been around for a very long time with Tank every year. But the thing is that, you know, he's been still remaining undefeated and stuff like that because of his work and stuff. But let's see how he's going to do it right there. And it looks like Tank is still trying to, you know, maintain his distance right there. He's trying to get it on going right there for his Monster Jam accomplishment. And I like the part how he's trying to, you know, become the one, you know, trying to do everything he can out there, trying to show it off to all the fans right there here in the Monster Jam World Finals. And it looks like he's going to get ready, and he's going to do the jumping right there. Not bad. Okay, he's going to do the jumping, all that stuff for everything, and you know, everything. And it looks like he's going to try to get it on right there and going to the jump out there. Whoa, look like, careful, careful. He almost flipped it over. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is such an amazing run by Tank in the Punisher monster truck. And it looks like he's going to get ready to rock it out and rock and going right there for his Monster Jam accomplishment. Not bad by the Tank. Tank, it looks like he's going to get it out there, and he's trying to show it off to all the fans out there right here in the Zootopian area. And it looks like he's going to get ready to going. So far, 15 seconds to go. Let's see, can this be enough to take out Dubby the Dolphin? Now remember, the score to beat for Dubby is 7.100 for Dubby the Dolphin in Velociraptor. And it looks like he's going to get ready to get it out there. Oh, looks like, careful. Tank's got to be careful right there. And he's still done right there. And his freestyle comes to an end. It looks like he's going to do a little freestyler, or no? I don't think so. But he did it for every fans out there. And it looks like he's going to take himself out of the driver's seat, and he's going to wave it to all the fans while the truck's still moving. Or no, probably not. I don't think so, because he has to start driving. Well, he did stuck his half body outside the front. He was going to get out, but he has to, you know, make a turn because it was a quick last second. What a good rocking and rolling right there by, you know, by the Punisher monster truck. Tank has been accomplished for everything. He's been a long-time driver for known as the monster truck Salvager. Salvager was his main truck. And it looks like 7.150. Ladies and gentlemen, Tank has officially now taking the lead right now. He's in the hot seat right now. And Dubby the Dolphins looks like his freestyle run has come to an end, apparently. But it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So that's a good run by Dubby. You know, Dubby the Dolphin has already did his accomplished run, everything like that. So that's how he does everything. You know, I'm very proud for him. Speaking of that, here comes our next Monster Jam truck. The man who has won Stadium Championship Series North, who is under my brother's care and Bracy Boys. You know, that's his guy. Here comes Blue in the Thunderosaurus monster truck. Let's get ready for the Thunderosaurus. I know a lot of kids love dinosaurs, and here's one of them. And, you know, although that our main focus on, you know, we're trying to attract a lot of audience. Not just younger audience, but a lot of big audience, especially big boys, like the big adults. Because seriously, you know, adults watch Monster Jam nickelodeon culture. But yeah, any younger audience, you guys are welcome to. But, you know, it's for the big people. But still, anyways, I'm going to get to that. All right, so let's get it on. Blue for Thunderosaurus. Blue is trying to rock and rolling out there. You know, he's trying to maintain his focus on right there. And he's trying to get it on the game. And it looks like, come on, Blue. Ah, no. And it looks like his freestyle will come to an end. Not really. Come on. Ah, he could have just floored the truck. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I was expecting a save, but no, not the way we wanted to see. I know Blue is very upset. I don't blame him for everything, but still, I'm proud for his accomplishments. He tried everything he can out there to show it off right there, here at the Monster Jam World Finals. What a phenomenal race by Blue and Thunderosaurus. He did his accomplishments for everything he can out there, trying to show it off, doing everything he can, you know, trying to, you know, never fail on himself, doing the best he can, you know, rocking and rolling right there. That's why I'm very proud for Blue. But apparently, you know, it got the best of him, unfortunately. So that's how it is and stuff like that. But still, I'm very proud for him. You know, there's no doubt about it. Blue has accomplished his best, you know, trying to finish his story. And that's what he did. He just did everything he can out there to show it off to all the fans out there. But still, I'm very proud for what his accomplishment, that he's doing everything he can out there. Anyways, so Tank is now taking the lead right now. He is sitting the hot seat right now. We are down to the last 7 trucks. The question is, can they, one of them, go for that win? Because remember, going for the win is not easy. But, however, they had to accomplish that for everything they can. Tank is now sitting in the hot seat right now, showing it off right there to show everybody what he can and his accomplishments, so all that stuff. So right now they're going to get Thunderosaurus out of the seat right now, so we're waiting for our next arrival for the truck. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am told this time that, you know, we had some malfunction going on earlier, that now Mr. Poppers and Monster Energy is coming up next. It looks like he is lining up right there. Monster Energy's ready because we know Poppers has won a freestyle, but can this be year for Tank? Because Tank wanted to win this World Final so badly. This could be it. He could be a world champion. We don't know yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and we're going to see what's going to happen right there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The moment of truth has come arrived because we have 7 trucks coming up, and they're getting ready to rocking and rolling out there. We're going to see how it's going to be or how it's going to go. The question is, can Tank win? Comment down below if you guys are watching the live stream right now, because this is going to be the biggest one out of all. Everybody is watching right now. So far, everyone's watching. And you know what? We're going to see how it goes. So we're getting ready to get started right there for the Monster Jam. And now it looks like they're going to get, you know, they're going to get him out of the track. They're going to get Thunder Roars out. And now he's out, and it looks like the Monster Energy is coming up next. And here comes Mr. Poppers in the Monster Energy monster truck. Now remember, the score to beat right now is Tank and Punisher. Let's see what he's going to do, if he's going to rock it and roll in right there. So far, Tank wants to hit his accomplishment. His main goal is that he wants to be the one to be, you know, trying to do the best he can out there and show it off to all the fans out there. Anyway, so let's go get ready to get started for Mr. Poppers in Monster Energy. Now remember, he has to defeat Tank out of the hot seat so he can try to get the win right there. And remember, not to mention, for anyone that didn't notice, that Monster Energy, not Monster Energy, I'm sorry, Mr. Poppers won 3 straight World Finals champions. The first 2 was 17 and 18 was Monster Energy, and then 19 was Rockstar Energy. But it looks like it's not going to be it right there. Unfortunately, Poppers is not the way what he wanted. I know he's very disappointed right now. I don't blame him for everything, his thing and stuff, but it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. Anyway, so let's go look at the replay right now for Mr. Poppers in Monster Energy. It looks like there will be no score for Monster Energy. Apparently, I don't know how or why or what was going on, but still, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So that's how things happen for a reason and stuff like that. So yeah. And apparently, you know, Monster Energy did not want it the way he wanted to do, but still, you know, that's how it is. It happens. You can't do anything about it. So everything like that. So yeah, well, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So Monster Energy may have a situation thing going on. So right there. So we're going to see. All right, guys. So anyways, let's go look at the replay right now. So Monster Energy, it looks like he is not eligible to make the score right now. They're going to get the crew members out to get him out of the track right there. I don't know how or what was going on or what was the reason, but still, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So I know a lot of fans are very disappointed. They can't do anything about it. So that's how it is. What a good run by Monster Energy. I will give him that. It was great to see, you know, how he has accomplishment to show all the fans out there. But apparently it got the best of him and stuff like that. So you can't do nothing about it. So that's how time tells. Life is rough. You know, life can be rough and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, it's just, you can't do nothing about it. So he has accomplished for everything he can out there to show it off for everything, and, you know, trying to do the best he can and stuff like that. So that's how it is, and, you know, everything. So anyways, right now is Tank and Punisher still remaining taking the lead. He's getting interviewed. He's happy that he is taking the lead, but we still got many more trucks and drivers coming up right there. So now we're going to get ready to get started. We are almost done to crown our freestyle champion. Right now, Tank is taking the lead. What a great World Finals we had the whole entire day and this Sunday day. You know, it's been awesome. You know, yesterday, Saturday, we had some great moments with some practice and the official, you know, the Double Down Showdown. Jonathan Lochran won earlier ago. Mavis Dracula won racing, and now we're still almost done with freestyle. Freestyle's almost coming to an end. I know the saddest thing is that good things will come to an end, but it is what it is. Anyways, here comes Kitty Catswell in Dragon, representing from Tough Puppy. Now remember, the score to beat right now is 7.150 from Tank and Punisher. Let's see what Kitty's going to do right there for her stop right there. It's been a while she's been to the World Finals. I will never forget the time during our first season, or maybe like our first year, something like that, that she finally get to become a dominant driver when she used to drove Dragon Ice. I remember Kitty Catswell when she was debuting. She did start at the original truck known as Dragon's Breath. At the time, it was called Dragon's Breath. For anyone that didn't notice that it used to be called Spitfire, well, a well-known name. She did drove it, you know, quite a few times, but however, Spitfire was a long-last lived, and it went to Dragon's Breath, and now it turned into the actual truck Dragon, which is from the original version, was the same body design from Dragon's Breath, but however, they widen up the windows and stuff a little too much. and they bulk it a little bit of stuff, and that's how it became the truck known that is today. Kitty Catswell looks like she's trying to get it on top right there, although she's going to do it for everyone. I know that her husband Dudley is watching the whole entire game right now. Dudley's watching the show. He's trying to, you know, support his longtime partner, who they used to be agents at the time, and now beloved husband and wife watching the love of his life, rocking and rolling right there. And Kitty Catswell, oh my goodness, not bad, and on top of the bus. That is some great moment stuff by Kitty Catswell. You know, she is really going up and tenting it up right there. Kitty's not letting everything down right there onto the ground, but she's not trying to finish out there, as long as she's trying to maintain her focus. But her mission is that she's trying to get in the game right there. And you know what? She's doing everything she can in her Bqlistic right there, trying to do everything she can and stuff like that. What a good run by Kitty Catswell. And it looks like she's going to end her freestyle with she had at least 14 seconds to go, but unfortunately, it looks like it will come to a crashing down end. Well, I know Kitty did not want this to happen, but she did rock and roll right there here at the Monster Jam World Finals right there in Zootopia. Let's go look at the replay right now. Not bad for Catswell. She did everything she can in her phenomenal work. She's trying to maintain her focus on that she does not want to give it up. Her main mission is that she does not want to be, you know, visual everything, because, you know, her goal is all that stuff. She never won a World Finals champion. She always loved to, but unfortunately she will not get it this time. It's well, actually, you know what? Take it back. 8.560. Wow, Kitty Catswell has officially now taken the lead. It looks like Kitty has taken the lead. I am so proud of this girl. She came up for a very long time. My goodness gracious. Dragon has already rock and rolling. I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention to the score, but my goodness, Kitty Catswell has officially now taken the lead. She is going to the hot seat right now, and I believe Tank looks like he is out. Tank will not be this year. Although Tank has so many undefeated stories, he's still undefeated for his you know, his championship stadiums, but he has never won the biggest event of the year. Although that you know, if you look at the past World Finals, for a lot of people that didn't notice, his very first World Finals was back in World Finals 23, but he lost to Mavis Dracula. At the time, she drove Gravedigger when it was a championship race. A year later, he did make it to the championship race, but lost to Mordecai in Gravedigger. And then a year later, he didn't do well for the next 2 times. But this year, he looks like he's been dominating so far. He had some great dominance, but unfortunately, it looks like it will come to a crashing end. I know that, you know, Tank did not want this. I don't blame him for everything, you know. He didn't want everything what he wanted to do, but still, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it, so that's how it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good run out there for everything he accomplished for everything he can out there. So apparently, you know, we'll see how he does it for everything he has, for more decisions and stuff like that. So yeah. Coming next, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Morty Smith in Bakugan Dragonoid. Another one of the greatest drivers of all time. Has never won a big one. So far, Kitty Catswell is sitting on the hot seat right now. Bqlistic and Kitty remaining to stay in the hot seat. We went from Dragon, and now we're going to Bakugan Dragonoid. Morty Smith, and he's getting ready to rock and roll in. He was a former driver. He drove one of my brother's creative trucks, which is known as Poseidon. And now he's in Bakugan Dragonoid. Well, reason is because Bakugan was vacated because W the Dolphin was a former driver of that truck, but he He went to Kraken only for this 1 year before moving on to Velociraptor. And now that Bakugan was vacant and Dragonoid was actually, yeah, Dragonoid was vacant, and Poseidon, the monster truck, there was no continuation for him because, you know, wasn't attention or something. But, you know, we'll see Poseidon maybe in the future one day. And Morty Smith, it looks like he's going to jump it right there. And it's great to see how he's trying to get it out there. And it looks like he's going to go right there. Wow, almost got it. So far, earlier today, we saw his sister. We saw his sister's boyfriend rocking and rolling, Summer and Ethan. But unfortunately, you know, their freestyles didn't work as well. Let's see, can Morty do it well right there. So far, his older sister, Summer's watching him. Same as Ethan and the rest of the relatives, Morty and his family. Even Jessica, too. She's watching, even though that she couldn't perform this year's World Finals, but there was always next year. And he's going to do some Cyclone time. And the Cyclone is coming out there for Morty Smith. It looks like he's not trying to, you know, give it up on there. He's trying to maintain his focus on right there, and he's not trying to give it up out there as he's doing his jump right there. Perfectly run right there. And he's going to do his best out there, you know, show it off right there. He's about 12 seconds to go. Let's see, can Morty Smith get on the game right there? as he's going to do it right there. And up over the Monster Jam backflip, and it looks like he's going to get the backflip the day he wanted to do. And it looks like Bakugan has already finished his freestyle right there. Up to the jump of the bus, and not bad by Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid. He's already rocking and rolling. Not a single scratch in his body, and he's just waving it to all the crowd right here in Zootopia. I'm very proud for Morty, how he accomplishment. He has never given up, everything like that. And the funniest thing is that, you know, I used to play Monster Jam Steel Titans, the game when Morty Smith was in the Bakugan, but that was the different version at the time. But now here it is, Morty Smith and the actual truck, Bakugan Dragonoid. Because you know what? He's been pure amazingness. I cannot believe it. He did a spinner Rudy and not a single scratch on his body. I don't know how he did it without touching the body. That is the craziest stuff that I have ever seen in my life. Earlier by Morty Smith and Bakugan. And Morty Smith has already never failed it up. And it's 9.635, and it looks like he's going to be taking the lead right there. What a well-deserved win by Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid. He has accomplished everything he can out there to try to show it off. He has never won a World Finals champion. Maybe this could be his night, but I'm not so sure yet because we are almost done because we are down to a few more trucks to go. And coming next, here comes Mojo in the Barefoot Monster Truck. Let's see what he's going to do. Now remember, Morty Smith's taking the lead with 9.635. Let's see, can he try to get in the game? This is Mojo's World Finals debut. He has never been in the big leagues before. Now, a long time ago, Mojo used to drove different trucks like King Crunch. Yes, King Crunch has a lot of several different drivers, and fans were begging for King Crunch, but anyways, nothing to do with that. Then he drove the short-lived Midwest Madness for the first 2 years until he finally get the ride of Barefoot, and Barefoot's becoming his popularity. Actually, no, actually, I take it back. Mojo has been in the World Finals with, you know, Midwest Madness not too long ago, but has never won a big one. But now he's getting ready to bring back the original truck with the original name, Barefoot. Everyone knows Barefoot was the original name. I'm glad to see Barefoot back in action right there. This time, Mojo, although he's a teddy bear, but he's representing all the bears out there. I told him that, what is it like to drive barefoot? Have you ever had any bear fans, you know, confront you? He says, well, man, you know, aside from Chicago, but you know, even though he's talking about the football team, he made a joke about it. He was also saying that, you know what, it's really awesome. You know, all the bears loving it so far. Especially, I had some of these cubs, you know, they were giving me these awesome designs, you know. I gave them, you know, my gift, you know, is a piece of a fiberglass body from the truck and all that stuff. And Mojo got to be careful. Looks like he's saving it out there. Oh my goodness, with a good wheelie. That is some crazy run by Mojo and Barefoot. He's about 31 seconds to go. Let's see, can Mojo get in the game out there? Let's see what he's going to try to do right there. Up over the jump right there, and he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it and thrash it. Put the pedal to the metal right there. 18 seconds to go. Can he try to get in the game right there? Up over the Monster Jet backflip, and no. Not the way he wanted. Well, bad way to end it off right there, as they're going to get Scoop, the loader, and the rest of the others. But still, Mojo was having a good time out there. Let's see if this could be enough to take out Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid. I'm pretty sure it could be, but we'll see how it goes. But it looks like I got a feeling we might have a new leader. I'm not so sure yet, but it's up to whatever the fans wanted to see. But still, let's go look at some highlights right there by Barefoot. Teddy with the teddy bear himself, Mojo, one of my favorite guys. You know, he's Mojo the teddy bear, ready to rock and rolling out there. I like the part how he's jumping. He's not giving up out there. You know, really rocking and rolling out there. You know, it doesn't matter how good or how bad he was, you know, trying to game out there. And it looks like the score's going to be, oh, what the, 4.520. I don't know what the fans were saying, or even the expert judges. I don't know that. And this is my favorite part. For anyone that couldn't hear it, the fans are booing right now. They are booing so badly in Zootopia. And here's my favorite part. The announcer saying that, I love the part that you guys are booing, but you guys are booing yourselves. Well, to be fair, they're also booing the expert judges. You know, they're also booing them. But, however, you know, fans would be fans. They're also booing at, you know, themselves and everything. Well, the good thing about Mojo, you know, he made it to the top 7, but unfortunately, he was not even close to take out Humphrey and Earthshaker, but still, it was the end of the run. And it looks like Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid has still remaining taking the lead right now. This could be Morty's chance if he has, you know, we'll see how it goes. But we're down to the last 2 trucks. We're missing this Max D and Lucas Oil Stabilizer. But Morty Smith, he is so nervous and accomplishment because this is his moment of dream. He has never won the biggest event of the year, which is the Monster Jam World Finals. And remember, you guys don't want to miss out, because this is something that we're going to crown our championship. Don't miss out, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not leave the live stream, in case if everybody's watching at the time of the live stream right now. But whoever's watching pre-recorded, you guys can just skip it if you guys want, because, you know, it's going to be a while. So, what a good one, everybody. Morty Smith is still standing the lead right now. I am so nervous for Morty. I'm so nervous for a lot of drivers, but the question is, can Morty go for a win? If not, can some of the other guys go for a win? Because, remember, we got a lot of guys and gals. They can possibly take him out right there. But remember, we are down to a few trucks coming up there. We'll see how it goes. And here comes Emmett and Velociraptor. We already saw W, and now we get to see Emmett. Now, I made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to the last 3 trucks, most likely. And it looks like Bakugan Dragonoid is still remaining, taking the lead. I don't know if we're down to the last 2 trucks. I'm not so sure I lost count, but I'm assuming it might be is. And oh, it looks like he banged the wall. Well, the official says you can continue, but remember, they get a 3-strike penalty. So at least he hit the, you know, not the actual wall. If it was a container, that's one story, but, you know, you got to be careful. Anyways, his freestyle has just started right there. Let's see, can Velociraptor get in the game right there? Representing everybody from the Lego movie. And I know that the love of his life was her name, Wildstyle, is watching. Or Lucy, they call her. Lucy Wildstyle watching. And the rest of his friends are watching. He's the only Lego movie character that is still, you know, driving with us. Including not just the only character, but the first ever Lego character that gets to drive a monster truck, like an actual size of a non-related, you know, Lego vehicle. Emmett is trying to make sure he's going to keep his maintains right there. He's trying to rock and roll it right there, as he's doing the best he can out there to show it off right there. And it looks like he has to be careful, because he could bang, you know, be careful banging the wall right there. Into the jump right there. Not bad. Okay, not bad. You know, he's trying to do his game out there. Going for the jumps right there. Whoa, careful, Emmett. He's going to do it right there. Up over the backflip, and it looks like his freestyle will come to an end. It is not the way he wanted to do, but let's go look at the replay right now for Emmett and Velociraptor. I know he did not want it this, but, you know, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it, so that's how it is. So, what a good run right there, as the fans are getting ready to make the score right there. Pretty not bad, you know, his run, everything he like that. He's just showing it off out there, you know, trying to maintain his focus on and his distance and everything like that to show it off right there. But it looks like the score is 4.396. I'm sorry, 4.396. That is what the fans and the expert has just made their scores, made their final decisions. But hey, it is what it is, but you can't do nothing about it. And the question is this, like, when he hit the bang of the wall, how the heck he broke it? Probably because he went a little too fast and, you know, broke the turning rod or the tie rod, whatever they call it, and that's going to cost him. So it looks like he will not make it to the top 7, but, you know, Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid is still remaining, taking the lead. I like the part how the announcers are making an interview with Morty, and they're interviewing Morty's crew chief. Morty's still crossing his fingers that this could be his night for his World Finals night. I'm not so sure yet, but we're looking forward to see. But remember, you have a lot of tough guys and tough gals out there that they can possibly take him out, but I don't know yet. It's going to be a hard decision from a lot of guys and a lot of girls out there. But, however, decision has been made. We don't know how it goes, but you know what? You can never doubt on it, but all that stuff. So, Morty Smith, you know what? He's been with us for a very long time. He started out driving the Poseidon monster truck. He was the first ever, you know, adult cartoon since in a while, since we hired the Simpsons. And, you know, the Simpsons, we had Bart Simpson, Lisa Simpson. And now we're, you know, ever since, you know, we got these guys, we might have some more of those adult cartoons joining with us, adult cartoon characters. What do you guys think? Do you guys want us to hire some more? Maybe he'll come to the future. That way we'll have some mixed reviews and stuff, but still, you know, but all that stuff. Anyways, yep, ladies and gentlemen, I am told that we are down to the last 2 freestyle, you know, runners that we're getting ready to get started. We're going to start with Jonathan Lochran, who was in the runner-up. Jonathan Lochran, who won earlier's, you know, Young Gun Shootout or Double Down Showdown, whatever we call it. He won earlier's Double Down Showdown, and now surprisingly, he made it to the championship race. Was defeated once by, what's his name? I believe was W, or, you know, Velociraptor. I forgot who was it. Or I think it was Thunder Royce. Yeah, I think it was Blue and Thunder Royce when he did beat him because, you know, he did a 5-second penalty. But unfortunately, the you know, Thunder Royce got messed up and, you know, flipped it over, and it's, you know, not good and stuff. And Jonathan Lochran looks like he's having a time of the run of life, and it will be not enough. It looks like he can save it. Come on, Lochran, save the truck. The fans in Zootopia are watching, and it looks like he is not going to do it. There will be no score. Jonathan is having some bad luck. He did want Double Down Showdown, and he did qualify the 28th spot for the main field. But he made it to the championship race, lost to the love of his life, his wife, Mavis Dracula. But he is having a bad luck in freestyle. He was so dominant during racing, but during freestyle, it was not really enough. Although he did great in Arena Championship Series number 5, which he was with. Although that, he could have won a championship because he made it to second place. But unfortunately, that Ace himself, Chicken Little, had already got that win. And he made it to the last second for his qualifying. And it was, end of the run right there. What a good run by Jonathan Lochran and Max D. I'm very proud for how this guy come across, from everything he can out there, from his accomplishment through, the entire time. So, we are down to the last one, the very last freestyle competition. The question is, can Morty Smith win the championship? Or, the biggest question that everybody's been asking to this day, can Mavis Dracula become the very first driver to win Double Down? The very driver who has never, ever, ever done something like this in a World Finals history. Unlike real life, in this one, we have never had a driver that won a racing and a freestyle. But the question is, can this be Mavis's night to win not just racing, but to win the freestyle competition? This could be possibly her time. We never had one, like I say, because it's nothing but different winners and stuff like that. Nobody, not even a single truck. There were some trucks that did try. Some of them that have made it to first place, but unfortunately they didn't work out. Some of them nearly got close, but unfortunately none of them work it out, everything like that. But this is going to be a crazy run right there for what we're going to see right there. Mavis Dracula is ready, and she's getting ready to get it started right there. And here comes Mavis Dracula, Lucas Stabilizer. This is the very last freestyle competition. Can Morty Smith take the home with the win, or can Mavis go double down? Mavis would love to see a double down. She won a racing champion earlier ago. She is now a 3-time World Finals champion. She won 2 racing titles with great vigor, and now earlier today with this truck, Lucas Oil Stabilizer, and she finally did. Although in her entire history, Mavis Dracula was undefeated in her stadium tour, but unfortunately, Ethan and El Toro Loco got the best of her, and which makes her that she did not, make sure she didn't win undefeated, making Tank the only driver remaining undefeated. But as of now, you can say Blue and Thunder Roars in his rookie season is undefeated, but we have to wait till next season if Blue can stay undefeated. And it looks like Mavis is rocking it, rolling right there, starting her freestyle really strong out there. She's also a good freestyler, but I remember back in Glendale when we did the show, she did rock and roll it. Oh, banged the wall. They're going to shut her down? No, they didn't. Well, she did hit the containers. That's good. But remember, that's first strike, because in this one, the rule is this. You get a 3-strike penalty unless you go a little too far. Yes, they have a right to shut you down. But we'll see how it goes. Mavis, be careful. And that's a 2-strike. Mavis had to be careful. Oh, and she banged it again. Well, controversial decision. They didn't shut her down I was expecting, but we will see what she's going to do. And it looks like she's going to go for a little 2-wheel skill, little bicycle maneuver. Not bad. It looks like she's trying to maintain her distance, and not bad with the air. Good, awesome. Oh, but we're not really to the bus, but still, that is really rocking it. Morty Smith is kind of a little nervous right now. I know Mavis is trying to, maintain her differences. Her crew chief's trying to tell her what to do or what to run, so maybe we could do it. And Mavis looks like she's going to save the truck. That is some awesome run by Mavis Dracula, Lucas Oil Stabilizer, although the front grille is off, but she's still alive right now. Let's see what she's doing. And it looks like she's going to go for the huge air, and she really, oh my goodness, and they're going to shut her down. Man, what a nasty crash by Mavis Dracula and Lucas Oil Stabilizer. Although Mavis Dracula really had a nasty crash, man, what a nastiest crash I have ever seen in my life from Mavis Dracula and Lucas Oil Stabilizer. Let's go look at the replay. That is some amazing start. The fans are loving it so far, and they're really loving it. They could feel it, how she's doing out there. She has never doubt on herself, trying to maintain her focus on, trying to go for a win, and it's never doubt for all that stuff, how Mavis has done accomplishment. I believe we might have a new leader right now. I am looking forward to it. This could be a heck of a run because I got a feeling Mavis might win. And it's going to be 2.063. Oh, no. And it's still not enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Mavis Dracula will not double down this year's freestyle that we were expecting, and I know the fans are like somewhat have their mixed reactions, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in his Monster Jam history, Morty Smith in Bakugan Dragonoid has officially now is your World Finals Freestyle Champion. I know Morty is crying right now, tears of joy and happiness right now. He's celebrating, and I know I'm looking at right now, there's his the love of his life, Jessica, and there's his mom, Beth, and his dad, Jerry, and his grandpa, Rick, and Rick is already smiling and crying in tears of joy. Summer's out there, Ethan's there, and it looks like Morty's kids, Summer's kids, everyone, all the Smiths family are absolutely phenomenal, trying to, like, you know, maintain their their emotions right now, but they couldn't, because this is the moment of peace. Morty Smith could not believe it. He has finally got the moment of truth has come arrive. I know that this kid has an accomplishment for all his decisions that he went through, for all the things he went through in his real life battles and everything. He has finally got the game what he wanted to do. He has done everything he can out there. I am proud for Morty Smith in Bakugan Dragonoid. Morty, this has been of an honor for you, buddy, and, you know, I want to say congratulations. You know, thank you for everything. Although, you know, this is like me, you know, trying to talk like this, even though not to be weird and all that stuff, but still. Well, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. He is now your 2025 World Champion. Well, although Mavis did not expect the freestyle the score she wanted, but she still is a World Finals champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Mavis Dracula, Lucas Oil Stabilizer for winning racing, Morty Smith and Bakugan Dragonoid for winning freestyle. They are your officially now 2025 World Champions of Nickelodeon Disney Cartoon Network. And I know they're going to get that ring in the finger right there. They're going to make sure they're going to get it. And it was an honor to see all these guys and gals how they're doing. And also, hats off to the other 26 competitors who have finally did their best. They have accomplishment and they're looking forward to it to the future. I know it's sad, not all of them are going to win. Nobody's going to win this one. But, however, you have a chance to fulfilled your destiny. And speaking of that, here comes, it's the encore time. Here comes the Black Pearl, Rub D the Dub. Unfortunately, he did not win to the World Finals, but at least he gets to have a special presentation encore right now. As right now, Mavis Dracula, they're going to leave it there where you can't see the truck right there. There's a bunch of other trucks. Oh, look like we got some bunch of trucks coming out there. And it looks like he's going to drop over 6 trucks and try to crush the bus. We're going to see how he's going to do it right there. Here it comes, the one and only Rub D the Dub. He's going to jump over. Let's see what he's going to do best right there to accomplish his goal right there. A lot of fans are going to make sure they're going to get ready to jump right there, and they're going to show it off all the crowd out there. Everybody has got their phones ready. They're going to see, can he break the world record? This is the moment of peace have come arrive, and I can't wait to see how Rub D the Dub's going to do it. Rub D the Dub's going to get ready, and he's going to go ready, and let's see what he's going to do. And it looks like his encore started. He's going to ready to start jumping. Upward to jump. Oh no, he smacked 32 degrees, and he hit Gravedigger, the rest of the other trucks. Oh no! I know, and all the fans are going crazy. He just smacked 32 degrees, hit the front side of Hot Wheels Racing, hit smacking Gravedigger, and it forces the truck to flip it over. And Rub D the Dub did not care. It looks like he's just having a blast out there. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I know all the fans are really shocked right now to see. I don't know what the heck did I just saw. What the heck did I just see? I was expecting he was going to jump and land it there. And we're going to see the replay right now for Rub D the Dub and the Black Pearl. I thought he was going to jump the tire and hit the bus. But unfortunately, oh my goodness, yeah, he hit 32 degrees, hit the part of the BKT truck or the Earthshaker design, hit Hot Wheels Racing, and smacked Gravedigger. So I guess Avenger and Samson come out with a clean. They did not come out, they did not got hit by a scratch. So congratulations to Avenger and Samson. Looks like they didn't got hit. Well, what an absolute catastrophe. Not the way we wanted for our encore. But hey, Rub D the Dub is smiling right now. Doing it for all the fans out there. Everybody in Zootopia. What a good one for everything has the accomplishment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a great World Finals has been. Don't forget a shout out to Beammonsters and the other creator of the mods. We couldn't thank you guys for everything, for all the stuff, for the shout outs. So don't forget, everybody. Link is down in the description down below. Give them the love that they deserve and all that stuff. My goodness, what a World Finals has been, you know, for everything like that. Don't forget, everybody, you know, hit the like, comment on my channel, AALS3179. Then share and subscribe to both of our channels. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to see, well, maybe we could do it next season, but maybe. No word yet. All right, guys, this is AALS3179. Good night, everybody, and see you around from Zootopia. Congratulations to Mavis and Morty for winning. Good night, everybody.